Well, welcome to the Sports Rewind Digital Podcast for your weekly sports news and tidbits. I'm joined by BJ and Davo again tonight, fellas. How are we?
Always good, mate.
Always good. Yep. Stay above the ground. It's always a good day.
Mate, big week in sport again. First off, let's kick off, I guess, how you went on the weekend, fellas. It's been a couple of weeks. Last week I had a rest week scheduled in for us after a pretty big week the week before. So it's been a couple of weeks, fellas. So we've got a couple of weeks to catch up on. BJ, I guess, how are you, mate? How was your weekend and school holidays? How the school holidays treat you?
Yeah, obviously, I was away with you for the first week of that with the Down Under Winter Classic up on the Gold Coast. Stayed up there a little bit longer. Came back midweek last week and, straight back into work as we all love to do. So been flat out. And, then a few weeks off baseball, off local baseball. So we're back into it this week. Both you guys were Davo, you were absent. I know you were back in as well, but just good to get back amongst it, I guess.
Yeah, well, it was good. It was a good game a couple of good games on the weekend. I only caught the fourth grade game. I wasn't there for third grade, but looked to be a quality game as well. 4-3, I think they said it was. So that was a good one.
Yeah.
How about you, Davo?
Yeah, it's been pretty quiet. So been 2 weeks without a game. I stuffed me back the first week, and then last week we had Ken Calder, who was a life member of Pirates and a family friend for a lot of years, had passed away. So it was a celebration of his life. So a good catch up with all his family and baseball friends from down here on Saturday, which was good. So yeah, school holidays are done and dusted. I think the missus is happy to get back to work because young Ashley sent her on 10K bike rides and then 5K bushwalks. So
Perfect, mate.
I think she's happy to be back at work. So it's been quite ready to get back into it next week.
Love it. So you are back next week, Davo. Who do we take on next week?
Boomers at home.
So I guess third grade sitting just in fourth position. Obviously, they need to win. Fourth grade for the Tigers sitting just outside the four. So they also need to win. Can fourth grade make it, Randall?
Yeah, I guess so, yeah. It's going to come down to, what do we got? 5 games left, I think.
Yeah.
Off the top of my head, 5 games. Realistically, they just have to keep winning. They just have to win the rest of their games and the rest will sort itself out, I suppose. So,
yeah,
it's one of those years, mate, where we've struggled. We've struggled for numbers and having consistent teams on the park, and that's across all grades, not just these ones. But yeah, I think we've got something like 9 people out with injury between us with that third and fourth grade. So makes it pretty hard. It's a full team out. So I think we welcome back JA this week.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
I saw that.
Not behind the dish, but he'll probably can't get any worse than what we had in right field already. So he'll probably go out there. I shouldn't say that actually because Smargy killed it out there on the weekend.
He did. Threw that run around home.
Yeah, double play.
Hit the ball. So
yeah, a couple of doubles I think, and a few singles across 2 games.
When are you back, old man?
Who knows, mate? Who knows? I had physio last night, and yeah, story for another time, I think.
Fair enough. Not good, mate. Keep those air relax boots on. They'll do the trick. That's for sure.
Yeah, I did fall asleep. I think it was on Sunday, 2 times on 2 separate occasions when I was using them. So
yeah,
didn't just use them for the one cycle. I did have a couple of cracks.
Multiple cycles. That's it.
Yeah,
you go.
Yeah.
Righto, fellas. Well, tonight we've got tidbits. We're about to kick off our tidbits. Got local baseball, MLB. trade deadline's approaching. Do we think there's going to be any trades? NRL, we got a bit of rally. Cricket, women's and men's, and a bit of Wimbledon action. So a fair bit to get through. But we're going to kick it off with our tidbits straight up. And our tidbits this week sponsored by a friend of the show, old King Billy Jerky. Where is it? KingBillyJerky.com. Mate, get a little bit of Billy's meat in your mouth, I think is his slogan.
It's it. Best meat you'll put in your mouth.
But yeah, I'll have something for you fellas on the weekend.
Perfect.
Get a bit of Billy in your mouth. That's all I can say. I think you're going to kick us off, Randall, is with the first lot of tidbits.
Yeah, so this one, we sort of touched on this one a couple of weeks ago, I think. Old Tim Anderson, he's having a bit of a lean streak at the moment. I think it might have been something about a pitcher had hit more home runs than
Greinke. Yeah, Greinke. 5 home runs in his last 300 at bats, and he's hit none.
TA, none. So it now extends to July 15, 2022 to July 15, 2023. So a full calendar year since Tim Anderson last hit a home run. So that's pretty crazy. Like, I think, that's insane. Like, I know he's not an out and out power hitter, but he still had his 15, 20 home runs in him every year.
Yeah, I'm having a look at his averages now. Let's pull him up.
Like, I can remember, that there was that big one, at the Field of Dreams that first year. They had the Field of Dreams Sox Yankees, a walk-off. I think it was a walk-off jack. So,
yep.
Yeah,
it was always good for a few. So,
yeah.
surprising.
So to go a full year.
Yeah. That he hasn't got lucky once.
Yeah, that's it. So he's hitting 227 this year. No home runs, 14 RBIs, 9 stolen bases, 530 OPS, 286 at bats. So not looking good for old Endo.
So that probably sums up Chicago White Sox in it anyway, doesn't it?
Yeah, pretty average this year. Pretty average indeed. What's next for us, mate?
Yeah, this one caught me eye. 33 players have 3,000 hits. 5 of them have never had a 200 hit season. You have a look at that list. Cap Anson, Big Carl Yastrzemski, Dave Winfield, Ricky Henderson, and Eddie Murray. You can tell me that none of these guys ever had a 200 hit season. And all of them have over. I find that
longevity.
It is, yeah. Some of those guys played for a long time, but yeah, that blows my mind to say that these guys never had 200 hits in a season.
They would have had to have gone close. Like, you can't get over 3,000 hits and not be close to 200 hits.
Yep.
And then you look at a bloke like Ricky Henderson on there who has 400 million steals as well a year.
And the walks.
Yeah, he's got to get on base, obviously, to get the stolen bases. So he must have had some walks in his time.
And just to add to that, so if they got 199 hits every season for their 3,000, that would have been 50. I am actually calculator. That's just over 15 years. They have to have got 199 hits for.
It's quality, isn't it? As you said, longevity is the key.
Yep.
Well, it's really like 18, 19 years of 150, 160 hits a season.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just consistency. So
yeah.
imagine working in like Pete Rose or Ty Cobb, like how many hits they'd averaged per year.
Oh,
yeah.
When you're talking over 4,000 hits.
Yeah.
Same.
They probably didn't have 5 years without 200 hits.
Yeah.
I love a stat. I think JVD shared it with us that Hank Aaron, if you took away every home run Hank Aaron hit, he still hit over 3,000 hits.
Yeah.
That's insane too.
So that's a tidbit in itself, isn't it?
It is.
is.
So on to us, and good old Mickey Mantle. I'd seen this a while ago, and it's just an absolute classic that he worked out. He came to bat almost 10,000 times, struck out about 1,700 times, and walked nearly 1,800 times. So if you figure a ball player will average 500 at bats a season, he went 7 years every at bat not touching the ball. Let that sink in for a little while. It's like 500 at bats every year for 7 years and not making contact.
Sounds like Randall.
That's just crazy, isn't it?
And
It's insane.
Yeah,
Yeah, you can't fathom that. I can't.
I can't either.
No. And then, so over the last 40 years, no pitcher has done any of the following in a season: 300 innings, a sub 1.5 ERA, and 25 complete games. Good old legend Bob Gibson did all three in 1968. So I know we've touched base on him before, but it just adds to the legendary status that was him. And he's the only person in history that caused a baseball mound to be lowered. But 300 innings, sub 150 ERA, 25 complete games. That's a fair year.
Yeah,
Imagine,
absolute domination.
Imagine Bob Gibson pitching at White Sox.
Oh,
Oh.
Yeah, all right. For
That's
those
funny enough.
that don't play Newcastle baseball, White Sox has got a pretty decent sized mound. Pretty
Isn't it
large indeed, I would say.
Mount Everest or something.
Something like that.
it
Yeah,
even outdoes the old Adelaide Street mound,
Yeah,
and that's saying something.
yeah, it is saying something. I love pitching at Mingara, the old Mingara. But yeah, how many seasons that's been going for now, Dovo?
I think 2 summers now.
Yeah.
AFL said to council, give us the ground all year round and we'll look after it. You don't have to do anything with it. So council's just gone new beauty. One less ground we have to worry about. So no more
Silly
Adelaide
baseball.
Street for Central Coast baseball.
Horrible. It's horrible. I still remember playing when the Mingara Club was across the road. That was brilliant.
Yep.
That was
go to
good
the club
value.
before baseball, come over for your game, and then go back to the club afterwards. Yeah.
Yeah. Might have been a little bit young for that, Dovo. But I still played there in those days. Yeah. All right, my two. This one's gold. Old boy was a massive fan of Cecil Fielder. He finished his career with 319 home runs. His son, Prince Fielder, finished with 319 home runs. Both had 97 two-out home runs. Both had 49 fourth-inning home runs. Both had 29 fifth-inning home runs. Both had 18 ninth-inning home runs. Also, both father and son had exactly 40% of their hits go for extra bases.
Crazy.
That one
couldn't
won't be
script that.
repeated. No,
You could not script that.
no, brilliant.
How come Eddie was such a big fan? Is it similar body type, or
I think so.
is he more matched to a panda?
Mate, he was Detroit Tigers fan through and through. So, and then he used to get called Eddie or Cecil. So, I don't know where they got that from.
Still remember seeing Cecil bounce a few on or over the old Tiger Stadium roof.
Yeah.
It was a great sight in baseball, just seeing moonshots he'd launch, and it was often better the ones that didn't go over the roof. They'd hit the roof, you think, oh, it hasn't gone that far. Then you see it bounce back down and how far the drop is.
Yeah.
So, good old Tiger Stadium.
He had a nice swing. I like watching him.
Yeah.
Watching him hit. My next tidbit, I also like watching him swing. Now, Davo sent me this one, and I'd seen it a couple of times, and I thought, oh yeah, I might use that one, Davo. Thanks, mate. Barry Bonds, 22 seasons, 688 intentional walks. Tampa Rays, 26 seasons, 665 intentional walks.
For a whole club.
The legend that is old Barry Bonds. An absolute goat.
That's a big number, right? You would never expect to see that again. But do you think we might? Will teams start throwing around someone like Shoei?
You got to have, I guess, if obviously he hits around Trout, but if Trout gets on all the time and they're starting to win games and they've got someone else, behind him, possibly, but
moving to a free agent, he won't stay. We all assume he won't stay where he is. So
who knows? He might.
Could that happen?
Could you see him? You walked with intentionally walked with the bases loaded. That's what happened to Barry.
I remember. But potentially, I don't know. The problem is he doesn't chase. He doesn't chase a lot.
Yeah.
Like I thought maybe that might happen a bit to Judge last year when he was on that tear, but teams knew they could still throw around and he'd chase. But Shoei doesn't chase as much, I guess.
Yeah.
And I think Barry didn't have a lot of protection. Yeah, I know he had Jeff Kent for a lot of years, but Barry didn't really have the protection, so it was quite easy for pitchers to throw around Barry and deal with Jeff Kent, who was very streaky. Yeah, Kent still holds, I think he still holds a all-time record for home runs as second baseman, but he wasn't Barry Bonds.
No. I suppose the problem with Shoei is he can run too, so you put him on and you've almost given him a double, haven't you? He can steal a base pretty easy, and someone Barry, does.
He was 40-40, so he was a stolen base threat in his day till it got too big.
Yeah, that magic juice over there at Balco. But anyway, that rounds out our tidbits. Big thanks to King Billy Jerky. Get some of his meat in your mouth and enjoy the flavors. I'm a big fan of the OG. There's a bit of OG coming your way, fellas, on the weekend as well. So thanks again to King Billy Jerky. Go and get your orders in now.
Thanks, big dog.
But yes, mate, Shohei Ohtani. Let's talk about him while we were jabbering on about him. Where do you think he's going to go, Liz? I've heard a few different sort of stories, I guess, around why he went to the Angels, and a big part of that was his, the scouting and stuff that come over to Japan. With Japanese players, it is a big part of their thing is to look after their families and be with their families and stuff like that. So he has got that big special connection with the Angels. So I'm not sure whether he'll go anywhere. They're going to put up. Are they going to put up the money? I don't know, but
might hit up the freeway.
It's a hard one, isn't it?
Yeah,
I hope not.
There's talk of LA, and it's sort of like it's in the same area, but then again, apparently they left him up in Seattle, and we all know Seattle's history with Japanese baseballers. So I think they could be a dark horse in the race.
Big talk for me is the Mets, is because the guy that got him to the Angels is now involved with the Mets. So whether he continues that relationship with the family and kicks it on to the Mets, I'm not sure. So
they've got the money.
They do have the money. They can't win a thing at the moment, but
will he go before the season's end? Will someone pony up a few top 100 prospects and current major leaguers for a few months worth of Shoei?
Yeah.
You have to, don't you?
Yeah.
And Angels have to look at it. Like, how can they not? If they're not going to be competitive or if they don't think they're competitive to pick him up, it's what they've got to do, isn't it?
They've got to listen to every offer.
100%.
I know the Angels in the media are saying they're, Jam saying that he's not going to be the guy that traded away the Shohei Ohtani, but yeah, they've got to look at all offers for sure.
It even happened to the Babe, didn't it?
Yeah. So
So
see what happens. Anyway,
Hopefully,
No.
hopefully Art Marino doesn't back any bad musicals.
yeah, it'll be interesting to see though who chases him hard before the trade deadline. I think that's
Apparently, Yanks are in there. Apparently, they're a threat to
what
sort of offer up. I don't know what they've got to offer.
Yeah, but what are they trying to achieve? What are the Yankees trying to achieve? They're 50 and 45. They're 9 games back in last place in their division. Like,
just a spark and media, more sales, more money.
yeah.
Is it worth trading away all these prospects, which they don't really have because they haven't had any really poor years to get good little prospects? Is it worth them trading that away for what? A couple of months of
Showtime.
showy. Yeah.
What about Baltimore? Got the prospects.
They have the prospects, but
they're in the pennant race.
Yeah, with that 1 game back. They're 1 game back of Tampa Bay at the moment. So, yeah. I guess they've got the prospects up their sleeve. Maybe
that are major league ready.
That are major league ready. Well, that's right. You look how many of them are up there playing now. Like I don't know why wouldn't you? Like you can't. No club that's a chance, especially a team like a Baltimore or Cincinnati. Maybe I don't know. Cincinnati maybe
Get
as
out
well.
that crystal ball.
Yeah, that's it. And in saying that, Michael Elias at the Orioles, what did he build up with Houston? He was there doing all the stuff for Houston when they had all their prospects start coming through and whatnot. He built that clubhouse up pretty strong.
100 lost seasons. They turned it around pretty well.
Yeah, and that was under him. So
1 second, fellas.
You'd be great. I think you'd be crazy not to, wouldn't you, Davo? Like, but if you're the Orioles clubhouse and front office,
yeah, because you've still got a good farm system. That's the thing. Even if you give up 2 or 3 prospects, the farm system's still so strong that you can cover that. Even if you only have Shoei for a few months, if he provides those wins above the replacements that are there, you've honestly got to look at it.
Yeah, even if you're only going to end up in a wild card spot, and you've got a best of 3 to get through or whatever, you're having him as your ace, and you've still got those other guys that have been performing for them already. You've got a strong 1, 2, 3, 4, possibly 5, haven't you? So
throw him in the middle of that lineup.
He's also a chance of doing the home run leader as well in the league. So there's obviously another one. If Yankees, take him on, they get it again. Judge had it last year. Shoei's got it this year, even though half of them probably aren't with them, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah, well, that's right.
Plenty of reasons, isn't there?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, any club that's close, you'd think would be fiddling the numbers and working out to do whatever they can to try and grab him.
Yeah, for sure.
But if you're just looking solely at your prospects, you're probably thinking maybe Tampa Bay, Baltimore. Tampa Bay just seem to have all these guys that they seem to do stuff with that aren't big names or high prospects, don't they? Like especially pitching and stuff like that. So that could be something that.
It's a factory line, isn't it? Tampa just find these guys and just find ways to win.
Yeah.
It's like Melbourne Storm in the football. They've always had, good young kids coming through and then they get dispersed everywhere.
And they always seem to have, they pick up players from other clubs that are fringe first graders. They go there and they just turn them into
superstars.
Origin players or international players, and they just make them do their job. That's it.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you reckon, mate? What do you reckon for Joey? What do you think's going to happen?
I'd love to see him go to the Giants because they're only a game back. No, sorry, they're 2 games back from LA now.
Yeah, LA the Orioles. today.
Red
Arizona's
Sox are
falling
only a
down.
few games out of the wild card, so come to Boston.
Nah, I think he's either staying with the Angels or going to the Mets. That's my opinion. But yeah, who knows at this stage? So it'll be good. We've got a little bit more MLB coming up later, but let's talk about the Down Under Winter Classic while we're there. Randall, we're up at the Gold Coast for a week. There was 10U, 12, 14, 16, and 18U championships. I think it was 49 different teams played over 3 or 4 different complexes on the Gold Coast. Great chance for kids to come and play lots of baseball. I guess for you, your young bloke played in the 12Us. They had a great time. Maybe give us a little bit from your young fella sort of perspective, mate, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, he hasn't stopped raving about it. He's already setting his goals for next year and all that sort of stuff already. Like, he's been out the back every day hitting balls and throwing balls into a net and stuff. He's super excited to get better. He was, in that bottom half of ability level with some of those kids. There's some pretty red hot talent there. But it was great for him. He loved going away and meeting a whole bunch of new kids that all love baseball the same as him. And then, he learned so much stuff, like stuff that he can't learn just playing in our local comp that's not quite as strong as what this was. It was unreal. Coaching was awesome across the board. It was all in the right spirit. All the kids got plenty of game time. I think he played – I think he participated in 8 games out of 8.
Yep.
There was only 8 games. It's pretty much the same amount of games in a week as what he's played all year in our regular comp. So he's just doubled his game time. He had his first game on the weekend after coming back, and he was visibly a better player for going away to this comp, which is unreal.
Awesome.
So he loved it, mate. He loved it. Mind you, his favourite part wasn't the baseball. It was the closing ceremony. But who as a kid, whose favourite part wouldn't be free reign at Movie World?
Yeah, that's it, mate. It was good times.
Walk through the gate and there's people standing there with trays of soft drink for you. Here you go, help yourself. Go and get churros from the churro bar and, just go and ride roller coasters in the nighttime. What does it get any better for a kid?
Quality, mate. Quality.
Yeah.
Mate,
What about
lots
yourself,
of good baseball, that's for sure. Plenty of
What did you-
opportunities to go as well overseas in the Drop Bears teams, which
I think
I guess-
four kids from his side. But they only won 1 game. I think they finished 6th out of 8 for the weekend, and 4 of those kids got picked across the 2 tours to go away to the States to represent the Drop Bears. So it was a really good chance and experience and opportunity for those kids too. So I spoke to a couple of them. We actually played against their club on the weekend. So I actually got to congratulate some of those kids, and they were super pumped as well and super excited and really proud of themselves for being picked and having a good tournament. So that was awesome to see as well.
Love it. It was a great week, mate. If you haven't checked out the videos, go and check them out on our YouTube page. There's a few videos and a few hundred photos up on the Facebook page there somewhere. So go and check them out.
What did you have, mate, for some of your highlights from the week? You saw a lot more than what I did. I was obviously, pretty focused on watching the young bloke play. So I only saw the 12U stuff and only a little bit of some of the other age groups.
I guess some of the things that impressed me the most, I probably watched a lot more under or 14U than any of it. That was some great hitting, some great pitching. Some kids throwing mid 70s to high 70s at that age was pretty cool to watch. But there was a young fella on the I think it was a Gold Coast team. What were they called, Randall? I can't remember.
The Scrappers.
Scrappers. in the 10Us. I believe he was 8 years old, little lefty, and he was throwing bullets. He went one inning, he threw 12 pitches and struck out 3, and he was just an absolute weapon. And then apparently his brother played as well, and I watched him pitch 2 days later, and it was the same thing. It was just, brilliant to watch. It was great to see.
With the dreads?
No, different kid.
Okay.
But yeah, the old brothers.
Yeah,
there we go.
I did. Oh, Cav.
It's been a very difficult task picking the teams for the US tour, as the talent was impressive, mate.
Yeah.
100% agree. It was great to watch. Plenty of different levels, that's for sure. So
it was a great tournament, mate. Well done to you and your team, mate. It's awesome. We need to pump it up.
Good. But
hopefully see even more kids next year.
A couple of under 14 walk-offs, some big bombs there, and that was probably some of my better highlights out of the tournament. But as you said, lots of baseball. That's what it was all about.
I think there was the 10U kid that hit 5 bombs or something for the tournament as well.
Crushing. So, hey, they weren't little fields either for the 10U.
Yeah.
So I know it was pretty cool to watch the 14s, the 12s over there on the AFL field and sort of stuck in the outfield between 3 games. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
You sort of get a bit of action from it, all of the different games going on. But
yeah, some good plays amongst that too. I think on that last day you were out there and right next to the centre fielder in that Rockhounds blue team where he standing pretty much on the cones, took a catch.
Yeah.
And then just threw an absolute seed to the catcher.
Yeah.
Hit him on the chest on the full from centre field with maybe 1 or 2 steps to burn the runner by about a third of the way. So from third,
spot on.
That was impressive actually.
Quality play.
Not even Cambo could pull that off.
Mate, Smarge did on the weekend.
Smarge did grade. Actually fourth grade. On your Smarge.
He kept my shutout alive. But yeah, it was great tournament. If you have kids and thinking about getting some more baseball, go and check it out next year. Well worth the time up in the Gold Coast. We're going to move on to the All-Star game, fellas. Now, a couple of things for the All-Star game. Quality game, first of all, was the All-Star game. The home run derby. Big Vladdy coming through there, and we'll talk about that. But I want to kick us off with the uniforms. I think these are absolutely putrid.
Atrocious.
What do you guys think?
Yeah, not a fan.
No.
Not a fan.
All-Star games, you're there representing your team. So why not be
club uniform?
Yeah, be in your team uniform. That's who you're representing.
I think last year they wore gold. One of the teams wore gold or something, didn't they? Gold trimmed uniforms like that. Yeah. I was a fan of your team colours.
Yeah, I am too. You know what? Maybe
it's a promotional thing to make more money. Like it's more jerseys out there for people to buy, but there's some things you shouldn't mess with. It's like it works so well. Why change it? Is it for the sake of making more money, more sales?
Oh, of course it is. What else would it be?
Yeah, it's like having on your sleeve or on the side of the hat, that sort of thing.
Why else do they have? This week we're going to have
City Connect jersey.
City Connect jersey, or this week's going to be whatever round. Like same as the rugby league. We have every second week's a different round to commemorate something. A women in league round or whatever. I'm all for that. But then it's a new jersey. Just go and buy a new jersey. Oh, yeah, these new jerseys. Oh, go and get this jersey. Or, Anzac Day round. So go and get an Anzac Day jersey. Or it's what it's all about. Personal opinion only.
Yeah, I'm hearing you. I'm not a fan. What about the game though? National League, first time they won since 2012, I think it was.
12,
Wasn't it?
yeah,
Yeah.
long time.
So it was
Yeah.
good to see.
Yep.
Good game until my man Bautista just fed it up for a 2-run bomb to give the game up.
I wondered if you were going to mention who gave up the bomb, but yeah.
I was going to, Davo.
Hey, mate, take the good with the bad. Didn't hurt the
Yeah.
Orioles, doesn't matter.
But it was a good
I
game,
just found
though.
it a quality game. I don't know, when I was growing up watching the All-Star game, you know, the starting pitcher used to throw two and a bit innings.
Three,
I'd like to see that for a couple of the first two pitches maybe, but I get what they're doing. They're getting a lot more pitches in and a lot more teams represented. So
you want to see that starting pitcher is generally the number one pitcher. You know, like that's the one that the fans have voted for. The fans want to see. So give them a couple of innings. Like go back to how it used to be. I know. My team. I've only got this one person in there, and that's because they're a must-have entry. Every team must have someone. You know, I want to see my team's player have a go. Well, guess what? It sucks, but
that's why your team is where it is.
That's exactly right. The fans haven't voted for that person, so.
Do you blokes watch much of the home run derby?
Yeah, watched it all as usual. With the kids.
Watch the end of it during the lunch break. I did see a kid take 115-mile-an-hour fastball off the head.
Wow.
Yeah. Had a little nap by the looks of it.
Yeah, that'll be interesting to see if the kids are on the field next year.
Yeah, it did surprise me a little bit. In years gone by, they've had that. They're not allowed to throw the ball. Like they've had the bloke sitting with the hand and like, okay, you can pitch. Pitch. And they were waiting until that ball was sort of, I think it was like either landed or over the but the way they were going, it was just just rapid fire. No wonder someone's going to get hurt if there's just balls flying everywhere constantly.
I'm still a fan of the old school way. You got 10 outs.
10 outs.
I know it takes longer, but that's what the spectacle is, isn't it? And it's safer for the kids in the outfield because you're not having the guys throwing rapid fire. It is
trying to get as many
out.
in as they can. Yeah, that's right.
And where's Chris Berman? Back. I'm sure he got sick of saying that, but I don't know. It's again one of these things. Is people enjoying the rapid fire, trying to hit as many as they can in that minute and a half or whatever they got, or no?
I know four blokes that wouldn't enjoy rapid fire, Davo.
Yeah,
these four blokes that you mentioned to me tonight.
Yeah.
How good would that be?
Yeah, there's talk of next year's All-Star game, the Home Run Derby, being a Legends one. So, let's say Jim Thome, Ken Griffey, Ortiz, Albert.
Throw in Frank Thomas.
Big Hurt. Bring Barry out. I know Barry probably wouldn't, but throw him in there. But how good would that be to watch?
It'd be pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see whether they actually would ever go back to that or not. I guess with the way that the athletes are today, they can just stand there for as long as they want before they're swinging at the pitch, can't they? They can get all that rest time. What they're trying to do is get them gassed real quick, I guess, and see who has that longevity of just being able to keep go.
What about your man, though?
Adley.
Left and right-handed.
How good was that?
Mate, crushed, what did he, 20-something left-handed and then pumped
20,
like 8?
I think he 20 or 21 left-handed, and then for his last 30 seconds or whatever, he spun around to the right-hand side and hit 7 of the 8 pitches that were thrown to him for home runs. What a freak.
He'd be used to the pitcher.
Yeah, he's old man throwing for him.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's good. I love it.
That was great.
Just
Great
shows
to see.
what a quality, what a real talent that he is. So
Yeah.
for sure, in a few years' time, I'll be getting worried coming up for free agency, and they won't be able to afford to keep
The way
him.
they able to afford him. Hopefully they're going all right and spent some money by then.
Yeah, I hope so.
Hopefully they do what the Braves have been doing. Sign them young, sign them long term.
That's the go. Smart.
It
Not,
is.
locking them up early. But we'll see. One of our guests of the show a few weeks back, our rally friend from Australia, Taylor Gill, we were talking about the rally that he was going to have on tarmac, and he wasn't 100% sure how he'd go. Well, he finished 10th outright and 3rd in the Rally 3 class, which was a great result. He had a little bit of a get off on one of the roads there, tested his brakes a little, but congratulations, mate, on a great result, and we look forward to seeing you in the next couple of rallies coming up. Great result.
Yeah, obviously, it's good luck coming on the show. So
yeah,
you might as well come back on, have another chat, and never know
another
what'll happen.
He won his class last time he talked to us. So
yeah, so
We'll claim
obviously
it.
a positive.
Bit of luck might rub off on him. You blokes catch any Wimbledon? Carl Randall, Davo.
Cricket was on at the same time, mate.
Fair enough. The cricket starts back up
tomorrow.
Well,
tomorrow.
We'll get into it later, but there's a women's one day tonight, and the test is tomorrow night. Men's.
Yeah. What about our ladies winner here? What's her name, Randall?
Makeda.
That was it.
She was unseeded, I think, wasn't she? Was she unseeded?
She got through. I think she was seeded, but like a pretty low rank Davo.
Yeah.
But yeah. It was a quality match. I caught the end of that one. That was good. But also our men's champion. So beat Djokovic, which made me happy. I'm not a big fan of his. So
yep.
Good on him. Alcaraz, that's his second, not Wimbledon, but second major that he's won. So
I still love the All England club, though. It's like in the women's match, I would love the runner-up walked out in a black jacket. So they said, "No, get off." They booed her off the court until she turned up in all white.
Yeah, it's quality.
So it is.
Oh, rules are rules.
Yeah, tradition.
Yeah,
good.
It's like playing ping pong at TF Hudson's house. If you don't score any points, you run around the backyard nude. That's just what the rules are. So, hard school.
Spent some time nude there.
We know, Randall. We know. Hey, what else have I got for us? I've got a couple more things here. This one, I'm springing this one on you. We got to pick.
Ooh,
you got to pick your team.
See it first.
Can't wait. Can you see it now? Are you on your phone?
No, I'm on the laptop. Oh yeah, there we go.
It's a hard one because obviously I want my Patrick Mahomes in, but Travis Kelce up there as a tight end. I'm gonna go. Here's mine. I'm gonna take Travis Kelce, Josh Allen, Tyreek Hill, and Lamb and St. Brown. If you want to pick your team in the comments, let us know what you're picking. These boys have got 30 seconds. Yeah, 10 seconds to go. 5. Who you got, Randall?
Jefferson, Josh Allen, Tyreek Hill. Mark Andrews and Derrick Henry.
Nice. Hey, just before Davo picks his, I seen a post on Instagram today. Tyreek Hill versus Ellie De La Cruz. Who you got?
Oh. Oh.
I'm taking
gonna say
Tyreek Hill because he runs straight.
Are
Yeah.
you? I was going to say De La Cruz. I don't know. That's a tough one, isn't it?
That'd be brutal to pick.
Yeah, for sure.
Righto, Davo. Here you go.
Herbert. Just save some money. McCaffrey. Then Hill. Allen, save some money. And then Kittle.
Nice.
Something out a bit of left field.
Some quality picks.
It's
I'd
hard.
love to see that run and race, that's for sure. Hill versus Ellie De La Cruz. But, yeah. What else have I got for you fellas before we go open fire on MLB and whatever else?
NRL or cricket?
NRL, yep, but I've got this one before that. Randall, your boy.
Yeah, I haven't actually checked this one out on the stats listing, but I find it quite amazing. Actually, Adley Rutschman has not had a single pass ball this season. The only qualified catcher in baseball remaining with 0 passed balls. There must have been a lot of wild pitches because I can just thinking off the top of my head, I'm sure I've seen balls get past him. So, I mean, I can only assume they've gone down as wild pitches, but yeah, whatever. It's still a pretty good stat, isn't it?
Absolutely is.
Scorers are looking after him.
Well, possibly. And I think, Davo, you brought up as well, he's also got the most pitches outside the zone called as strikes.
Yeah, 50.
Is that
so far this season? He's had 50 pitches called as strikes that were outside the strike zone.
Yeah, obviously watching a lot of Orioles games, I do get to see obviously him catch a lot, and it is super, super impressive on how often they miss the zone, and that glove work just comes into play, and they're getting calls and there's some that miss by a long way too, like not just a little bit. There's some that are missing big, and still somehow he's getting that glove back there and enough for the umpire to think that's a strike. So
Quality.
another reason why you don't want to go to something like these robo umpires, because it takes away that ability. That's a massive thing, or massive ability that he's got to be able to do that teams would pay for. That if it's a robo ump or an automatic zone, then
why catcher?
He loses value, doesn't he?
Yeah. 100%. All right. NRL, fellas. It's I know, Randall, you're at the Knights game the other night. Can't remember.
With several other Tigers players.
I think, yeah. There was a Toronto Tigers club reunion, I think, going on the hill there. There was a fair few people there, and yeah, it did make for a long day on Saturday. I will say at the games, but
struggling a little, mate.
I was struggling a little, but the Knights 34 got up over your West Tigers 18. Hutto. I'm not 100% sure of how many tries were actually scored by the Knights, but I think they may have only kicked one goal.
And it was from the sideline.
Yeah. I think the score probably should have been, they should have had about 50, I think. Like the way they were going, should have been about 50-18. I know in the first half, I think they'd scored 4 tries. Yeah, that's right. I think it was
close game, Hutto.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the Knights had scored 5 tries before half time, and it was like 20 to 16 or something, or 20 to 14 or something like that. And it was like, the Tigers have scored 2 tries, the Knights have scored 5, and they're within a converted try of them, So was pretty frustrating as a fan on the hill, but anyway, you grow used to that, don't you?
That's it. Used to Knights not doing so well, but
Yeah,
of course
that's
they're
it.
going to beat the Tigers.
It's all right.
What else happened in NRL?
Yeah, mate. Broncos 44 over the Bulldogs 24. Davo, those poor old
Predictable.
doggies. Yeah, Broncos too strong. Cowboys 19 over Manly Seagulls 8. Yeah, I thought Manly might have put up a bit more of a fight than that. Melbourne 30 over the Roosters 16. I thought that was fairly predictable as well.
Yeah.
Warriors 44 over the Sharkies 12. Warriors are still flying high, mate. Doing pretty good.
Had the Warriors for the win, but wasn't expecting that sort of scoreline.
No, me either, mate. I'm the same. Dolphins 14 defeated by Panthers 24.
It was
That
a close
was
game for a while.
Yeah. And the big one, the real close one, Eels 25 over the Titans 24.
Oh. I got a perfect round in the footy tipping, and it all came down to that last game. And watching the
Wow.
scoreline there, I'm like, oh, don't tell me Parramatta as usual are going to bloody kill me. But
Yeah.
they came home. So
Yeah, I did get a perfect round the week before, and there was only 5 games on. So I did actually back your doggies last week, and they got up in that game, which was good, Davo. But this week, Cowboys, they were the only team that cost me. So a couple of good weeks there, but yeah, looking forward to this week. You know, Thursday night, Hutto, Tigers might get a win. They're taking on the Dragons. So
That should be probably a 4-2 game, I'd say.
that'll be a close game.
it could be either 4-2 or it could be 40 to
40.
Yeah. So see what happens there. The one I'm interested in is the Warriors Raiders on Friday night. That's 4th versus 5th. That should be a pretty cracking game. Broncos Rabbitohs should be a good game too. Another one that is a little bit surprising. Roosters 14th are taking on the Titans, who are in 12th. So that'll be Roosters need to do something. They're in all sorts.
Yeah, they are off this year. It's like the roster's there, just something's not clicking with them.
Yeah, something big time. So, yep, see what happens there. Knights versus Storm at home. Unfortunately, I won't get to make it to that game because we've got baseball. But yeah, that's probably a good game to miss for me.
Is it
Let's say
Sunday or
no, Saturday Arvo 5:30. So
you be able to get there, Randall?
we don't finish till 4:30.
Yeah, you'll be fine, mate.
You're an electrician. Get your helicopter. Get it land at Waterboard, and then you're there.
That's
Oh,
it.
actually, that's a fair point. I just have to get it called in though off the yacht. That's all.
Yeah, things you got to do.
Yeah, that's it. Cowboys taking on the Eels. Another. They're both sitting there around about that 7th to 9th mark. They both need to win, so that'll be interesting game. Oh, Davo, that looks tough. Panthers versus the Bulldogs.
If we keep within 40, it's a victory.
Okay, Cleary, I think's meant to be back. So that'll be interesting to see. And then Sharks versus Manly rounds it out.
Even that will be a tight one. What's that down at Shark Park?
It is at, well, I'm looking at it. Yep, Shark Park, PointsBet Stadium. So
yeah, that'll be a close one as well. So a few tougher games this week for the
Sharkies.
footy tipping.
Yeah, that's it. It's going to be Panthers really need to win this week. Broncos need to win. They're both sitting on 30 points at the top of the ladder. You got Storm and the Raiders in 3rd and 4th, both on 28. So that top 4 is really congested. Then 5th and 6th, Warriors and the Sharkies are both on 26 points. So fairly tight comp still, that top half. So we'll see what happens there.
It's only bottom 2 you worry about, isn't it, Hutto?
That's it, mate. Be quality game, those
Dragons.
versus Tigers.
Yeah, you're right, Dave. You're still 4 points clear of the bottom, mate. You guys are going all right.
NRL should be good this week. And plenty of games on again. State of Origin's gone. We won't talk about that. We missed that last week, talking about that, so that's okay.
Good game, though.
We'll move on from there. What about the cricket, Dave? I know there is a ladies' one-dayer tonight, and the test kicks off again tomorrow night. So
yeah, contentious there. Like at least with the women winning that last one day, we've retained the Ashes, which was good. I think losing 3 in a row, it's the first time in about 5 years. I think the Australian women's team has lost 3 in a row, but they held their nerve. Last ball victory, so that was good to see them win to retain it, and bring on the 4th test with the men tomorrow. So. I'll be interested to see the makeup of the team. There's talk about whether Warner will play or not. I think he will. As much as I hate to say it, I think he will. I would have. Yes, we're still 2-1 up, so why not make a change? You've got Cameron Green coming back. You've got Mitch Marsh in form. Why not play both of them? You've got bowling options, batting options. Put Green up to open. He's done it before, or even Marsh. They could do that and still score as many runs as what Warner's been doing lately. So I haven't seen the wicket.
He hasn't been atrocious though. Like it's not like he's just getting ducks or anything either. Like, and
he had one start and five runs in the last test. So as long as Broad's not bowling, he'll be right.
Yeah, that's it.
But I don't think they'll mess with the lineup that much. I felt sorry for Todd Murphy after last match. He wasn't really given a chance, and when he was brought on, it was the wrong time. Left it too late for him, so it'll be interesting to see if he gets a start or whether they play Green instead and then use Travis Head, Labuschagne and Smith as spin options. So plenty of question marks leading into it, but at least we're 2-1 up. So if it gets washed out for 5 days, you beauty, we retain the Ashes. But it should be a good match.
Yeah.
What's the weather look like, Dave? Have they said?
I think they said soggy. So
good.
Typical English weather. You don't know, but I think I did read that it is like rain is forecast throughout the 5 days.
It's at Old Trafford, isn't it?
Yeah. Yep. Up at Manchester. So, as I haven't seen the wicket, so I don't know if it's going to be a green top or for something for the quicks or not, but I suppose we'll find out this time tomorrow night.
I'm having a quick look on Twitter now. I can't see anything about the wicket. That's where I got the wicket from last time. So,
but it's been a good series though. The Poms have question marks themselves whether Bairstow will survive. Like he's done nothing with the bat and his keeping's been atrocious. But our bowling needs to pick up. I hope it's a decent wicket. We don't want just the short pitched war that last game was that turned into a bit of a snore fest.
Yeah.
Go on. I understand with Bazball and all that crap, but bring back some good line and length, something in the wicket for the bowlers that they're made to bowl line and length.
Yeah.
I love a good traditional English wicket. You know, the ball's going to seam and swing and, you know, be a real challenge for the batsman early on and stuff like that. Isn't that what everyone wants to see?
Yep.
Plenty of moisture.
But they've gone against that now, this whole Bazball of trying to score runs quickly and as many runs as you can get. It's taken the ball out of the hands of guys like Anderson and Broad that you used to be super worried about. You go over to England, they've got the Duke ball. They would make it move on those wickets where they've been nullified in a way. It was only Wood last game with his extra pace that ripped through the Aussies.
Yeah, especially someone like Jimmy Anderson, who absolutely, you know, relies on that swing and nip. Like you swing the ball both ways and gets it to nip here, there, everywhere. Like those two guys aren't two of the best wicket takers and best bowlers of all time for no reason, are they?
Yeah, that's right. They've had the home conditions suited for them. look at Murley. Murley had the home conditions suited for him. So what's the point of having a home series? Like, I know the pitches are neutral, but they favour the home team.
Yeah. 100%. Like everybody going out to WA against, pace attack. They don't like that extra bounce. Same thing. But yeah. No, I agree. It should be quality, mate.
So another 5 sleepless nights coming up.
Yeah. I actually got 2 night shifts in between there. So I think I'll see day 3 and 4 on night shifts. So, or it could be 2, 3. I can't remember. But anyway, it's always good to have a night shift when the Ashes are on. Same as the Tour de France. That's been quality. Yeah. Our Aussie's holding in there. I think he's still in 3rd position, Jai Hindley, overall for the leaders jersey. Don't quote me on that. I'm trying to find it. I haven't caught up on the last couple of days, so I'll get to that at work. But it's been quality. Same thing on at night. So, you see those stages, from 10 o'clock onwards, basically. So it's great to see plenty of mountain stages and also the Aussies doing so well. I can't find it here, but that's all right.
So we've won the toss in the women's match and we've chosen to bowl first. So I think it's one of the first games we're actually batting last. So it'll be interesting to see last game of the tour for the women. So hopefully I just let it loose and go hell for leather.
Nice. Get a W, then just drink until tomorrow when the men start.
Yeah.
Sounds like a good Aussie thing to do, Randall. Our Aussie, Jai Hindley's in 5th of the tour now, so Devo. Anyway, that does me. I'm not going to catch up on those 2 nights now. Yeah. All right, fellas. Anything else you want to bring up before we go? Sports from the last couple of weeks or coming up? Oh, Women's World Cup soccer is kicks off Thursday or Friday.
Thursday.
Yeah, behind the Aussies, there's plenty of different spots to go and watch it on big screens as well, which is pretty cool. I know in Newey they've got that one set up at, I think it's Wheeler Place, is it?
Yeah,
Wheeler Place. Yeah, in town there. But also in Sydney, they've got plenty of different spots to go and view it live. So on the big screen with lots of people. So find a spot to go and watch it and cheer on the Aussies.
Yeah, they've diverted a lot of the lights they use for Vivid to around Moore Park and all of that, just to really celebrate the World Cup starting. So it would be worthwhile, even if you can't get to a game, just to get out and check it all out. But Australia should be feeling pretty confident after a 1-0 win against France the other night in front of 50,000 people. So it was a record for women's match, which is just great to see. It's got to give the Aussies confidence, not only the victory, but playing in front of that many home supporters. So I think we're a chance. So
massive chance.
Hope they do, because I think Albo said a public holiday coming up if they do.
Yeah, buddy.
Mate, that's not a...
That's Bob Hawke reinvented right there.
Yeah, the old America's Cup. There you go. Hey, so this week, who have you got in baseball, fellas? Boomerangs, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Boomerangs
at home.
At home. Good luck on the weekend. I won't be there. We've got a night shift, so
yeah, we could be in a bit of a dusty state. I think we're a few of us are attending a 21st on Friday evening, and I think Boomers have their 70th anniversary this Friday night, having a celebration for their 70th year in existence, I guess. So if there are people out there that are interested in that event, make sure you jump on and grab a ticket. I think they might be still available. Not 100% sure, but yeah, they can check through the Boomerang Baseball Club socials anyway.
Yep.
But yeah, so there could be a lot of sore heads come
Normal Saturday.
Well, yeah, you're right. It is.
Normal Saturday.
Or Sunday.
All right, fellas. Thanks for that. Next week we've got a guest on, Country New South Wales baseball representative. Done a bit of touring, done the last European tour, but also different tours. So look forward to talking to that individual, and we'll let you know during the week when that's on. I'm pretty sure it's Tuesday, 9 p.m. again next week. We will be back next week. So tune in wherever you watch this, Facebook, YouTube, or Twitter. All right, fellas. Been a good week. I'll catch you later.
See ya.